What's good, King Ganda? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back with another episode of Fair Use. And you guys know we are reacting to everything here in the black world. Today we're reacting to a family vlog. They're called the Unapologetic Nomads. It's a husband, a wife, and a daughter. And they're a really, really nice couple. They've come on to our channel here. They're currently right now in South Africa. Go ahead and give them a follow. They're doing really, really well as a channel. But the brother has a live stream. They typically do a live stream. And the name of the topic is called, Do Black Americans Deserve Free Land and Visa Privileges in Africa? Okay. So I'm gonna just respond to the small portion of it. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Like us from America,
Okay.
especially us like black Americans, or foundational black Americans, however you want to say it. Wherever we go, we build and we get it jumping and pumping. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling you, and mark my words, the first country to give foundational black Americans land and also visa privileges, that's going to be the #1 country in Africa, family. I'm telling you.
All right. So this is a controversial point here. Now, again, there's evidence of what he's saying that can be true. There is a documentary right here on YouTube called Blacks Beyond Borders. Shout out to Search for Uhuru. He's the one that put me on that. And you saw a lot of successful African-Americans going back to South Africa right when Nelson Mandela became the president. Some of them were getting $1 million contracts. Some of them went to Harvard University. And he's saying that, you know, the black Americans that are going to come back to Africa, to any African country that gives away land and visa privileges, is going to be the #1 country in Africa. I'm going to disagree. The reason why is, although we have people that are talented, the majority of our talented people that build and get things popping probably want to stay in America. And in the repat communities, don't believe me? Go look at Gambia. Are they getting it popping? Are they building it up? Look at Ghana. There's not a lot. There's some people there, many of them not as successful. Okay. South Africa, you have those there. A lot of people are not builders in human history as it is. So to say that African Americans are going to come to Africa because they got free land, they're going to build. If they were going to build, then we got to be honest. What about black cities right now? There's Baltimore, there's Philadelphia, there's Detroit, there's Jackson, Mississippi. I mean, do we have elements of black people building in small partitions? Yes, in the black elite. But most blacks are not, African Americans are not builder people. I mean, we got to like not romanticize our group so much. And I'm a person that loves to romanticize our group. But in Africa, to understand what's going on here, to have the money, like the Indians come over here, Chinese, because they have a lot of people supporting them. Black people don't have that kind of resource. It's like, you know, oh, we can help you, support you while you're in Africa. We can help fund the project. That's not how most African Americans are. So I disagree with that point that, you know, the first country that does that is going to be the #1 country in Africa, because what happens if you get a lot of people that are bums? You give them free land, they don't do anything with it. There's evidence of that going on in Ghana. All right. So we're just going to be real.
The reason why I say that is because Africa has a debt it has to pay.
Okay.
It's a spiritual debt. You know, when you sell people, when you do sell your own blood, you know, to the devil, you got to pay. You know, or and there has to be a time for when there has to be a time. Every action deserves is going to be a reaction.
Okay.
And that's physically and spiritually. Spiritually, right now, Africa is going through a rough time, and where we're going through a rough time because of the things that happened in the past.
Okay.
And by giving those ancestors the land to their siblings, the ones who were sold off to slavery,
Okay.
giving that back is a very is something that what's the word I'm trying to say? Because my
It's like it's reparations.
it's sort of like reparations.
What the damage that's been
I think
It's sort of like a reparation kind of thing, but that's not the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
It's more of a atonement.
Okay. So he's right. Africa has a spiritual debt to pay. I don't disagree. But again, what is he classifying in Africa? I mean, he says it later on in the streams. You know, he has some things to say about Ghana. But we got to talk about, well, where are these people coming from? What countries are African states were complicit in the slave trade? All right. And he's saying that, you know, Africa has a debt to pay. So then they need to give free land to those people whose children are in the diaspora. All right. Well, imagine you're an African president and you're listening to this argument. You just get elected. You listen to what this guy's saying. What about the people right now that are Ghanaian citizens, are Nigerian citizens, are Sierra Leonean citizens, are Senegalese citizens, are Gambian citizens who don't have land themselves? Like, do we see how I get what he's saying, but okay, so the people that we sold, somehow we're going to figure out to give them land, although the people that are already in our country don't have land. And I'm not saying that he's not right. He's making a strong point. I mean, he's telling the truth. I do feel that these folks have this debt to pay, which is, you know, I used to have strong, strong words for Ghana and Nigeria, because I'm like, hey, you know, but think about it then. What about the people that are already there? Do you see how disastrous this is going to be? Okay, you guys were going to give you land, but the people who have been here, their families don't get no land. It's a nightmare that's going to happen. It's going to cause xenophobia, right? I get what he's trying to say, but to just give you land and visas, citizenships, I can see the visa thing, but the land thing, people that are going to be real pissed off. Like, hey, these African Americans got all this free land that they're just building on, and we haven't got the same opportunity. Let's go ahead and get in back into it.
It's more like, all right, you know you done wrong, and you're giving these people back your land. You're letting your ancestors be reconnected to the land that they were disconnected from. So, you know, now that debt is paid. You understand what I'm saying? Africa has a debt that it has to pay, and you have to look and you have to see more than just the physical. It's a spiritual thing, family.
Okay.
How y'all feel about that? I tried to break it down. I'm freestyling, family. I ain't write this. This is all freestyle. Yeah, we good. Yeah, so recompense, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me kind of go there. It's kind of Africa has a debt to pay. We got to look at, and his thoughts and opinions are his. And I have some similar feelings to what he's saying. And I believe he's a stand-up brother. He talks about being on code later on in the video, because, you know, KFC, he don't go to KFC anymore because KFC in Kenya, they're not buying the local chickens there. So he said, well, if y'all not going to support what's going on in Kenya, I'm not going to KFC anywhere. That's being on code. I understand what the brother is saying. I believe he's a brother that has a heart for Africa and has a heart for the people. That is undeniable for me. I believe he's a good man. But at the same time, we have to really look at this. They have a debt to pay, but are they going to pay it? And we got to be realistic about the states that Africa is in, the economies that most African countries are in. They know what they did was wrong. Sierra Leone know they did was wrong. Ghana know they did was wrong. Everybody in the black world understands what happened to us. But at the same time, are they going to be able to give people, how do you figure out who to give the land to? You know, because it's like 40 million people. Then what about the people in the Caribbean diaspora? What about the folks who can claim to that land in the black Brazilian diaspora? Because see, he's talking about the people for the FBA, right? But what about the black Brazilians? What if they want to come? You see how much of a mess they can get because that's free land? Now you have a big problem, right? And I don't think any legislative government can solve that. I think that you do what is due process, which is, okay, you've been coming to Africa, you have been here, you have an investment here. It's the only way to weed out the people who really want to be here and that can really make a difference. Even though what he's saying is right. I don't disagree with what he's saying. But what he's saying, I don't think can really work. And he has, unless somebody smarter than me can figure it out, you only can allow if you're a chief and you're going to give some land away, and that does happen. Let's say if you give some parts of the land away, who you want to give it to? If you can do it, the people with the most resources, bright people that can build for you to do those things. How do you qualify who can do it and who doesn't? And he even talks about like, and later on in the video, he feels like certain other countries that he heard, maybe like Ghana, they just want money from, African Americans, they just want money from the diaspora. Well, all of them want money, sure, because they need the money to build their infrastructures up. So if you give these lands to people, do they have enough money to do things? You see, it gets complicated at this point. And I think that's, I'm glad he's having the discussion, but it's something that I don't think you'll be able to do it. And like I said, he's a good brother, but you want to come to Africa, you're going to make the emotional investment, you're going to make the financial investment if you're going to want to be here. It's the only way that's viable to work, that people are really going to be able to go ahead and respect that you're going to have to, make. This whole idea like, all right, Africa needs to give us land and give us visa privileges. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in Africa. I've got neither one. And I know maybe I shouldn't have to, but it is the way that it is for right now until you get more people having more success in Africa from our community. That's like Ghana. They're getting a lot of people getting citizenship because of the first batch. You need more productive people to make it easier. It's a process. But guys, check out the Unapologetic Nomads. Really great channel. Lovely wife, beautiful family, daughter, and everything like that. Go check them out. Subscribe, hit the bell. Tell them we sent you. And as you know, keep it real, King Ghana forever. We out.